Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Ask Me Anything. It is May 5th, 2022. As always, we do these every Thursday. The Linchpin community on the private Facebook group submits questions. The most upvoted ones get answered live each week. And, on occasion we go down a rabbit hole. So the first question, there's certainly rabbit hole potential. I'll try to be on track with what I'm saying. So the first most upvoted question was from Rusty, and Rusty asked, what are your goals for both Linchpin and yourself over the next 5 years, 10 years, and beyond? Whew, wow. Big question, deep question. One that we could probably have a very long conversation, right? Over a cup of coffee, a campfire, something like that. Anyway, but I'll try my very best to give it a good answer here. And this might be a little choppy because just as things popped into my head, I just put little bullets down on a text document so that I wouldn't forget them. And so they're kind of just bulletized. They're not a beautiful flowing story, but you'll get the narrative by the end, right? So, okay. Goals for Linchpin over the next 5, 10 years and beyond. Let's see. So, what popped into my head right away was stay true to why I started Linchpin in the first place. Whether that's 1 year from now or 11 years from now, that's the goal. Stay true to why I started Linchpin in the first place. Do the right things for the right reasons. Period. End of story. And what does that actually mean? It means all the stuff that we say all the time that sound like maybe they're, phrases that a marketing department created, but they're not. They're just the truth. And, one of them being that we do what is effective and not what's popular. And if we ever drifted from that, Linchpin would not be what it is. That, probably if you distilled it down to its essence, makes Linchpin really what it is. We do what is effective. We don't do what I want. We don't do what somebody else wants. We don't do what's trending on Instagram or something. We do what is effective. And it works really, really well. So we have to stay true to that. Other goals, when you ask what I want to do for the next 5 or 10 years with Linchpin, keep doing what I've been doing. No fluff. We're not going to have any fluff. There's no corporate sponsors to meddle with anything or try to keep happy, which is fantastic because that allows us to, again, not get distracted and just do what works. And quite frankly, Linchpin will continue to serve you. That's what Linchpin does as well. It is 100% for you, for the person out there that just wants to know that they can come someplace and not have to worry about if they're being sold some smoke and mirrors routine. They don't have to worry about whether or not they're being lied to. They want to know that they're being taken care of, that they're being given the absolute most accurate, truthful information possible that will serve them well, and they can just follow it and life will be great. That's what we're going to continue to do for you. So Linchpin, for the next 5 or 10 years, will do what it has been doing, which is serving you. Telling the truth, getting results, and then we will continue as the years progress. My goal is to continue to cultivate this amazing community and celebrate your accomplishments. That's the big thing. I want to celebrate your accomplishments. That's why I repost everyone's stuff. I want to tell your stories, and this is your community. It's not my community. It's your community, and I'm just a steward of it. As maybe a caretaker. Greg Glassman. Now I'm already on a tangent. Greg Glassman had a great line for how he saw his role in CrossFit, and I might butcher it a little bit, but you'll probably get the gist of it. Is that he wasn't some overlord driving it. He somewhat likened it to if the CrossFit community was a national forest, right? A national forest is a living, breathing, true organism. It is a community of just life and, all these things coexisting. And the park rangers or whatever they are wandering around, they're not really in charge of the trees, so to speak. They're just there to be caretakers and try to make sure that everything's going how it should. And I kind of see myself in that role with all of you. This is your community. All of you are what make it so amazing and so special and so different than anything out there, and different in a positive way. And I'm just here not to mess it up and try to help all of you out by providing you with, the workouts and the warm-ups and all that stuff. But the beautiful spark in the community that makes it, and again, people hear me say this and probably think that I'm lying. All of you know I'm not lying because you're in the community. That makes it so amazing and unique, that comes from all of you. So I'm just going to keep enjoying being a part of that. We're going to, again, celebrate your results, accomplishments. We're going to share our struggles together like we do. So not just the good stuff, but we share our struggles. We keep it real. We're authentic in the community. We're going to learn and grow together. We'll continue to improve together. And, I know that I'm biased, but continue to be the best fitness community on the planet. And I mean that statement. I mean the best on the entire planet, literally. And this question got me thinking about why I can make a statement like that. And I feel good supporting it. I mean, think about the support network that we have at Lynchpin. If you actually really think about it, what you are a part of, it's amazing. It's insane, quite frankly, in a good way. We have thousands of people from all walks of life, all different countries, different languages, different sexual orientations, some folks who are religious, some folks who are very religious, some folks who are not religious at all in any way, shape, or form. All sides of the political spectrum, blue collar, white collar, business owners, medical doctors, stay-at-home moms and dads. We have people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s all using it's a lot of people. That's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of life experience. That's a lot of highs and lows. And we have all of those people working together with their collective knowledge and experience to help one another. Think about how actually powerful that is. That's what everyone hoped. Now I'm going to tangent again. That's what everyone hoped that the internet would be, right? You could, through your phone or through your computer, access an amazing network of people from all different spectrums and all different everythings, and use that collective knowledge to get yourself on a better, more efficient path on whatever it is that you happen to be curious about. Sadly, as we all know, what usually happens on the internet is it spirals down into some toxic back and forth ego battle trying to win terrible thing that misses the mark. Somehow, I don't know how, we have actually captured that utopia to some degree that I think people were hoping to get from the internet. An astonishing broad depth of knowledge and people that come together without ego or without hidden agenda to actually support one another. It's amazing. And again, it's like my national forest analogy. I'm just the steward of it. It's all of you that make it what it is. And so we're going to continue that for the next 5, 10 years or however, because why wouldn't we want to continue that? It's amazing that all of us have access to that at just a couple clicks in our computer, a couple taps on our phone. And it is an amazing resource outside of just getting fit, right? And I've experienced this, and I know that everyone else has as well. I've got 3 children. Deacon and Nash are 10 and 12. No, Deacon's 12, Nash is 10. And, they're my stepkids, and they are absolutely phenomenal, And then we've got Lane, who's 10 months old now, that Emily and I had Lane. And as I've mentioned, been open about this, we're dealing with some serious struggles with Lane, which I can get into it when we actually figure out what really it is. But even with just what I've shared about that, the amount of information, knowledge, support, encouragement, lessons learned that has come my way to try to assist me with what I'm dealing with my daughter from the linchpin community, from everything from medical doctors that we have in the community, occupational therapists, physical therapists, moms and dads that have had children in similar situations. I mean, you name it. That's amazing. That's what we have. And I know that experience is not just unique to me, because I've seen it happen in the Facebook group and the Beyond the Whiteboard Squads feature, where people reach out that are dealing with any number of things not related to Fran. Not asking about, barbells or something, which, people give advice on that, but people could be asking about whatever. There could be asking about fitness things such as barbells, matting for the gym, footwear, what diet or nutrition do you like, meal sharing, recipes, like all that happens for sure. But then people to discuss in an open and authentic way because they feel comfortable and safe doing it in the linchpin community. If they're dealing with issues like a lack of motivation, depression, things not going well at work, thinking about changing occupations, what should I do there? Like real issues, real big life things. And we have that astonishing network that I just mentioned to help people, truly help people, get on a better course through this shared collective knowledge, and done in a way that is coming from a true place of love and care. We've had in the linchpin community babies born, kids go off to college, loved ones pass away. I mean, like a true cycle of life, like real world stuff. And everyone helps each other out because life can be tough. And to have access to a community like that, and I'm not even talking about your deadlift going up, but just to be part of a community like that and to know that they've got your back. And the goal for the next 5 to 10 years is not to mess that up. It's to keep that going. And I can think of few things that would be more important than doing that. So that's what we're going to do. And on top of that, yes, it's my job to keep providing what I truly believe are the best, most fun and effective workouts to promote long-term health and fitness that will drive the needle forward at a sustainable rate that don't unnecessarily beat up your knees, back, and shoulders. So we're going to keep doing that. So, yeah, a great question. I'm sure I missed some stuff, but it got me like nostalgic or just sentimental thinking about that stuff, because I didn't know when I started Linchpin what it would become and what it would mean to people. And it's been just an honor to be a part of. So we'll keep it going. All right. Well, the second part of Rusty's question was my personal goals. Oh boy, I'm always bad about this stuff. But, I did put a little bit of thought into it. And again, I've got some bullet points. It's similar to what I said for Linchpin. It's to continue, one of my goals is to continue to serve all of you, really. And obviously my family. I do believe that this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Not to be cliche or over the top, but I do actually feel like I'm called to do this. It's what I should be doing on planet Earth, and so I can't imagine not doing it. So I'll continue to do it for as long as you'll have me. My goals are continue to be open-minded, continue to evolve. I do truly believe that phrase that if you're the same person you were 10 years ago, you wasted a decade. And so whether that's through books, podcasts, conversations with all of you, conversations with other people, like just constantly just trying to be a better version of myself, better version than I was yesterday, a better human than I was yesterday, that's always the goal. And so that's going to be the goal for the rest of my life, ideally. Keep trying to remove ego. I'm a human being, so I deal with it as well. Keep trying to get that the heck out of the way. Continue trying to help other people. The older that I get, the more I realize that that is really the key to happiness and contentment and fulfillment. There is something powerful in helping others. So it took me a while to realize that. I was a knucklehead in my 20s and most of my 30s. But yeah, I'll continue to help people because it's amazing. It's one of the best things that you can do. My goals, of course, are to be fit and capable for every moment that I'm on this planet, to be the father and stepfather that my family deserves. And, I'll end it with this, with, my personal stuff. Adrian Bosman and I just recorded a upcoming Varied Not Random show yesterday. What the heck was the topic on? I've already lost it. But anyway, there was a great testimonial from this person that got submitted in via email, and I was like, "You're awesome, sir. You're the goal." And it was this gentleman who said he loves the podcast, and he was 73 years old and still working out. And at 73 years old, he has a 1 rep max deadlift of 371 pounds, and he has set himself a goal of getting it to 405. How cool is that? Talk about the 71-year-old or 73-year-old that you want to be. Like, that's the goal. Like, you're talking about where I want to go in 5, 10, whatever years. Like, that's the goal. You're fit and capable and strong and you can jump around and do stuff and you're in your 20s. Cool. You're supposed to be able to do that. No, okay, maybe you haven't. Life has got, off the rail. I'm not taking a jab at anybody, but you're supposed to be doing that. Well, then there are less people doing that in their 30s, and there's even fewer doing it in their 40s, and yet in their 50s and their 60s. So the longer that you hold on to being a fit, active, capable human being, the more you're in just a smaller group of people that chose a different path, and I want to be in that group. I've got a buddy's mom who she is 63, I want to say, and I think she got into CrossFit 7 or 8 years ago. So she was like 55 when she got into CrossFit. And she's an entirely different human being, even if you just look at her from compared to, even though she's 8 years older, she just looks like a more capable human being. And at 63 years old, she was doing box jumps to a 20-inch box. And I'm not saying that anyone needs to do that, and she was stepping down. But at 63 years old, she was doing box jumps to a 20-inch box. I don't think she has any issues doing whatever she wants to do in the yard, running around with her grandkids, getting up and down the stairs if she has a 2-story home. Again, that's pretty awesome. So long-term health and fitness is the goal. Okay, so that was question number 1. Question number 2 is from CW CrossFit. And they say, sometimes I need to do 2 sessions in the same day. For example, if I'm doing a BTWB gymnastics session as well as a linchpin workout, is it better to do them back to back? For example, gymnastics skill session like the handstand push-up program, followed by a short rest, and then the linchpin workout, but maybe scale the workout. Or possibly should I split them across the day? Do one early in the morning and the other in the evening. I want to strike the balance of continuing to improve my fitness while working on skills or weaknesses without having to forfeit too many workouts. I'm not necessarily feeling overtrained, but I don't want to negate potential progress. I'm currently covering the sessions with no structure to my approach. Great question. And obviously, upvoted. So, I guess my answer to this is relatively straightforward. If your life and schedule permits you to do it, I would say overwhelmingly so, split them up. So if you could do, if you're following one of the BTWB specialty programs, which I'll give a quick pitch for those, they're amazing. There's BTWB specialty programs to get your first strict pull-up, handstand push-up, to get toes to bar, ring muscle-ups, handstand walking, your first push-up. There's capacity programs for, is it the jerk, deadlift, back squat, snatch, bench press, and I know that I'm forgetting some. And all you need to do if you want to access those is on the home screen on the BTWB app, go to the upper left-hand corner. I'm trying to just picture this now that I'm on the spot. I think there's 3 lines in the upper left-hand corner. Tap the 3 lines, you'll get a drop-down menu. One of those drop-down menus will say Programs. Tap Programs, and then you'll see the list of all the different specialty programs, and go ahead and select the one that you're interested in, and it adds it to your daily calendar, and it's awesome. So, working on one of those, like, okay, handstand push-ups are an identified weakness. I'm going to do this handstand push-up BTWB specialty program on the side. Great. How should I work it in? So, now circling back to it, if your schedule allows, split it up. I think that would just serve you the best. Maybe you do that gymnastics program in the morning. You work, you do whatever, and then 5, 6, 7 hours later, your body's had a nice time to just get some rest in, and then you hit the workout of the day from Linchpin, and you're able to do that with most likely a bit more intensity, a bit more pizzazz than had you just done them back to back, because we're normal human beings and you get tired and fatigue sets in. So it seems like based upon the question, your schedule does allow it. You're just wondering which one you should do. So that would be my number one choice. Split them up if you can. Hey, every now and then, life doesn't care about your schedule. You got to get them in back to back. You're not going to get them in. So be it. That's okay. Fitness was achieved. You'll be good to go. But when possible, I would split those things up. All right. Final question, most upvoted from Patrick S. Okay. When it comes to deciding on how to modulate your intensity for each week's block of workouts, how do you personally decide which ones you want to go medium, high, or low? Do you find it's normally the short and sharp intervals that you go hard on because of the intended stimulus it necessitates? Or do you intentionally vary between those and the longer workouts week to week? Good question. So let's use a week as an example. And so for anyone that's unaware of it, in the private Facebook group, every Friday I do a video and post a video about modulating intensity for the upcoming week's workouts. And we list through what the workouts are for the upcoming week, and I give you at least my personal plan as to which ones I intend to stomp the gas on and which ones I intend to do at a more moderate conversational pace. And usually, it's 5 workouts a week, usually I try to depress the accelerator, I would say, twice a week, and the other ones are done at a moderate pace, and there's usually a lifting day in there that I'll lift whatever I can lift. And okay, so let's see, let's give an example. So I'm going to go, I've got some tabs open on my computer right now, so pardon me, stand by. Let's use this week's workouts as an example. So where are we? Hold on, stay with me, I'm scrolling. Okay. All right, so I don't do this too often, especially because if you're actually going to watch this video today when I post it on YouTube, you'll know today's Thursday, you'll know Friday and Saturday's workouts because I'm going to tell you what they are right now to use this as an example. So for this week, this will be very similar to what I did. I looked at this week when I made the video. Monday we had the 3 rounds for time, a running, GHD, and handstand walk. Tuesday was the 15 rounds, basically Cindy with a heavy deadlift. 15 rounds of 1 heavy dead, 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max. 5 strict pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats. That was Tuesday. Wednesday was 3 1,000 meter row repeats. Thursday, rest day. Tomorrow, Friday, is a short and sharp workout by design. It's from the 2010 Northwest Regionals, event number 1. 3 rounds for time, 10 overhead squats at 135 or 95, 50 double unders, short, sharp, and nasty. And then Saturday, a grinder that we've done before. It involves 200-meter shuttle runs and sets of 10 with the old devil press. It's a 7-rounder. 7 rounds of a 200-meter shuttle run and 10 devil press. Nasty deal. So using that week as an example, and this would apply in general, I take a look at that, and then it depends on what the workout is. what the intention of the workout is, and then also what my limitations are as well. So looking back to this particular week that we're in right now, if you just looked at the workouts as standalone for just, an athlete that was an amorphous blob, right? They could do everything. Well, you would say the two workouts that were the most short and sharp were Wednesday, the 1,000 meter row repeats, and then what was coming up on Friday, that 3-rounder of overhead squats and double unders. So if somebody was just arbitrarily saying, I'm going to pick two workouts to really stomp the gas on, those would be two ones that lend themselves very well to it. Now, when I do something like this, it can be not only based upon that, but then I have to take into account what I can or can't stomp the gas on as an athlete. So the 1,000 meter rows, yeah, that's an interval day. That's kind of the intention. So that's certainly one that I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to try to make that one of my go for it days. Well, the other day that would be an easy choice, even though it's the 3 rounds for time of the 10 overhead squats and the 50 double unders, as I've been very open and honest about, I've got terrible shoulders. I just don't know if I'm even going to be able to hold a 135 barbell overhead on that day. It all depends on my warm-up. So I'm going to give myself some grace and wiggle room. If I warm up on that day, and today's one of those days that I can do that, okay, I might go ahead and get after it on that day. If not, I might, have to modify it to some other way, break it up a whole lot more than it needs to be, lower the weight, something like that, and still get in a good workout. But if I have to do that, then maybe that's done at a moderate intensity. And that next day, the 7-rounder, even though it's a longer time domain, significantly, 7 rounds of the 200-meter shuttle run and 10 devil's press, even though it's a longer time domain, which by mathematical design means it will be a lower intensity workout, but that's mathematical intensity. I can still make it a relatively high intensity workout for me if that's just one of the days that I'm like, you know what, even though it's a longer workout, I'm going to keep myself in a high level of discomfort the entire time. I'm not going to do it conversational. I'm going to, as much as I can, press the gas on that. I could absolutely make that decision based upon whether the overhead squat and double under workout panned out or didn't pan out. But I do think there is benefit getting to what I also believe is at the root of your question, Patrick, is, should the short and sharp workouts always be the intense ones? To some degree, even though they lend themselves well, there's 2 short and sharp ones in this week, so it's kind of interesting, but, it wouldn't be uncommon for there to be a 1 short and sharp one that makes it easier, and then you can pick the other one that you intend to make a relatively higher intensity day. But I think a little bit of variance in there would serve you well. But if you're picking multiple ones over the course of the week, and there is a short and sharp workout, maybe 1 out of the 5 is a short and sharp, like sub 5 minute kind of a bomb, that most of the time, right, again, there could be some variance if we're talking about different things you have going on in your life, but most of the time, for most people, under most circumstances, if out of the 5 workouts, one of them was a short and sharp one by design, that would be an excellent choice for one of the ones that you should make one of your higher intensity days right there. So that's my simple advice. And other ones, like I think I said this, then I got off track, it also depends on the capacity of the athlete. So if we look at Monday's workout, which was 3 rounds for time, 400-meter run, 30 GHD sit-ups, 15-meter handstand walk. Well, that's a workout that even if I wanted to, I could not make a high-intensity workout because the handstand walk is so outside my realm of just, ninja-like capacity that it's not going to be a fast deal. My wife, on the other hand, she could absolutely pick that workout as one that she was going to try to just burn it down on. Not even an option in the cards for me, but due to the scaling and modifications and things that I would have to do to to make myself, properly do that workout. So a little bit depends upon the athlete and the stimulus. But yeah, in general, try to pick, if there's a short and sharp one, try to get after it if you can, if it makes sense. And then just because I pick 2 out of 3 to stomp the gas on, that's just where I am in my fitness journey. And that allows me to perform well, to feel well, and to recover well. But somebody else might be somewhere in their fitness journey where they can stomp the gas on 3 out of 5, feel great, not feel overtrained, everything's moving in a good direction. Somebody else might be 22 years old and they can stomp the gas on 4 out of 5. It just depends a little bit on the individual and as well, and as to where you are in your fitness journey. But the point is that you should have a plan, that you should take a look at what's coming up, look at the workouts, look at the intent of the workouts, look at yourself as an athlete, lay out your week, and then say, this is what I think is going to make a lot of sense. This is where I'm going to push. This is where I might hold back, or I might hold back on Friday because I see what's coming on Saturday, and I really want to get after it on Saturday. So here, playing not necessarily devil's advocate, but giving you another example. So you've got me going down a rabbit hole. So Friday this week is that short and sharp, 3 rounds for time, 10 overhead squats, 50 double unders. We've done this workout before. It came up in July of 2020. Saturday's workout, the longer grinder, 7 rounds for time of the 200-meter shuttle run and the 10 devil's press. We've done that as well. That was done in April of 2021. So maybe somebody's done both, okay? And maybe for whatever reason, they say, you know what? That run and devil's press workout, last time it came up, I remember that one. And I actually do, because it was such a rugged workout. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to get after that workout. I'm going to show that workout who's boss. I'm choosing to show up to that one somewhat, fresh and feeling good, and I'm going to bring the heat. And so because of that, even though Friday's a short and sharp workout, that's okay. I'm going to choose to, on that short and sharp overhead squat and double under workout, I'm going to go at 70%. I'm not going to redline. I'm not going to just shoot for the moon. I'm going to just move through it, get in some overhead squats. It'll be plenty fast, get in the double unders, and good to go. Fine, go home. But I'm not going to go bonkers. And then on Saturday, I'm going to wake up and I am going to get after that shuttle run, devil press workout. Totally good to go. Nothing wrong with that strategy in any way, shape, or form, but just have a plan, right? Don't just bebop through the week hoping that it all works out. So that's that. Okay, let's see. Let's do some linchpin shoutouts. All right. First one is from Jill B. And this was on the Filthy 50s came up. And she had some colorful language about what she feels about the burpees. And from what I can tell, reading the language, she doesn't like burpees. And she doesn't want the burpees to have a happy life. That's what I get out of this. But what's really cool is she PR'd her Filthy 50s time. She did the exact same manner that she did before by 7 minutes and 41 seconds. Are you kidding me? PR'd by 7 minutes and 41 seconds. And largely, I guess she was able to smash those burpees at a heck of a pace, more so than she was previously. Obviously made some money in some other areas, but crushed the burpees. So well done, Jill. Next one we have from Rosemary, and she says, hit a few PRs today, but the big thing was a workout milestone. 500 workouts logged. Super cool. Congratulations, Rosemary. That is a heck of an accomplishment, logging 500 workouts. And somebody else on a similar track, but just a little bit behind. This is Charlie B. And he says, today was my 300th workout with Linchpin. Awesome. Congratulations. He says that number should be higher, but I fell off the workout wagon hard last year. But this year I've made it to the committed club every month, And even with a sickness, meaning I only get in a couple workouts, I'm making it happen. Charlie, awesome. Congratulations. 300 workouts is phenomenal. Stay the course. Uh, as I always say, love watching the garage gym, basement gym, apartment gym, home gym videos that everybody sends in. So if you're a member of the Linchpin community, go ahead, film where it is that you work out. Give us a little tour, a little walkthrough. Email me that video, or put it on YouTube and email me the link to info, I-N-F-O, at CrossFitLinchpin.com, and I'll put it on our YouTube channel. If you're unfamiliar with that, go to the CrossFit Linchpin YouTube channel, click on the playlist labeled Garage Gym Tours, and enjoy seeing folks from all over the world highlighting where it is that they do the workout every day. So that's about, I see Nick posted here, says, you just described exactly my plan for the next 2 days. Okay, so I think Nick is planning on doing exactly what I said right there, which is, even though Friday is the short and sharp couplet of the double unders and the overhead squats, he's actually planning on not really stomping the gas on that one, and he's going to bring the heat on the old shuttle run devil press workout. And I think the old devil press will bring the heat right back, but I have no doubt that Nick will do quite well. All right. Thanks to everybody out there for being fantastic. Support each other. Treat each other with kindness. Let me know what you think about all this content that we put out. If you've got a different way that you think about how you would modulate intensities, well, post that under the comments on the YouTube video. I'd love to hear what everybody thinks, and we will talk later.